A little scratchy. I got in last night at what time was it last night? Like 11:30 or something. I was giving a clinic in Sacramento. No, it wasn't Sacramento. It was Redding. But I flew in from Sacramento. So um, yeah, I got in late last night. Look, we got Guapo here. Whoa, wild stallion. Calm down there, buddy. He's such a good boy. Nobody was even on here to see that. Oh, now we got one person on here. Look at this. Look at this wild stallion. Look at this wild stallion. Guapo. Now we got two people on here. Here he comes. Guapo the wild. Come on, Guapo. So Guapo is what I call influencer. He is the best stallion in the world. At least in my opinion, he is. All right. So this live is like your questions. I always like when I teach the clinics to get questions because I get, people. Low battery. Oh, did that freeze it up? People ask me good questions in the clinics, have good problems, and I'm dressage is problem solving. So if there's any problems you guys have with horses, let me know. I'll give my thoughts on them. Any questions, but it's broader than just horse problems. Any questions about EDI? Any questions about Guapo? Have at it. You got to get some questions going. I'm gonna hop on here. Where should I get on you, Guapo? At the mounting block here? Oh, I got these huge blisters. I taught my clinic. I don't know why. This clinic in particular, I got like a bunch of blisters from my boots, which they're well broken in. So I don't know what happened there. All right, Guaps, here we go. Monday, don't buck me off. Should we go out for a ride? Or should we stay in the arena? Maybe we should stay in the arena. I would actually go out for a trail ride before I started working on him. But if I do that, if I walk over to that gate over there, that's the front gate, I will lose the service and then my live will die. Okay, guys, come on. Questions. We need questions. Zoe Underwood, the famous Zoe. Lovely blue sky. We've actually got it too in the UK. Nice. Yeah, it is very clear and nice. Look at this freshly groomed arena. Guapo. Getting a late start today. Oh, look at that walk. 10. It's 10 for a walk. His famous, amazing walk. He got a 10 in his stallion test for his walk. Big part of why he became the champion. Guapo, are you the champion? Gorgeous boy, Rebecca Irwin. Zoe says he's a crazy stallion. Guapo, you're a crazy stallion. Let's see. Are you available for a clinic in 2022? Yeah, absolutely. It's been kind of challenging. The thing with the clinics is I get pretty booked up, so it is hard to squeeze people in. But I don't like to schedule too far out in advance. I'm like a little bit of an anti-scheduler. I like my freedom. I'm like not type A that way. I like to have my freedom and run my own schedule, even with my horses. I'm not the type of person that like sends out a schedule every morning like, at 8:45 I have guapo. At uh, you know, that's not really how I roll. I like to kind of fly by the seat of my pants, which is good and bad. But so in terms of scheduling clinics, I don't like to schedule them like 6 months, 8 months out there in advance and everything. I like to have them a little more. Um, Obviously, you have to schedule them. People have to know. People have to get organized. Oh no. What happened? Hello? No sound. Well, maybe we'll have to stop and start again. Mute, unmute microphone. How about now? Can you hear me now? Yes! Better. Yay! We're back. Okay. Um, I don't know where you guys dropped off. So it was, I did, this last clinic, I ran through one of the in-hand tests with somebody. So I had written these in-hand tests and I just did one of them, but like basic to advanced. And I'm trying to figure out how to do more of those because I think it's a really interesting idea to like work on the in-hand tests, get our horses going. It's kind of in my in-hand test, I like put it over here and then I went like trotting in, halt, little half circle, return to the track, halt, rein back, trotting, and then did like leg lifting, um, lift the hind leg, go around to the other side, lift the other hind leg, lift the other hind leg, do some alternating leg lifts. But, you know, the in-hand test could get to where it's like there's a Grand Prix version of that in-hand test where it's like Passage, Piaf. So I think there's an interesting evolution there that I want to try to work on. All right, let's see. Any questions on here? How can we find out where your clinics are, even just to audit? Would love to see you live. Do you ever come near East Tennessee? Ever? I've never been to Tennessee. But yeah, so I haven't really published like a clinic schedule, but I will try to do a better job putting them on my Instagram or the EDI Instagram. And so if you don't follow that, follow the EDI Instagram. That has some really, like we update people on there. And then I'll try to do a way that I get a schedule on the website and stuff. Yeah, let's see. Do you enjoy teaching motivated adult amateurs? Absolutely. You know, I think people are afraid that like, oh, this is just high performance. And, you know, part of what I like about this is we're all trainers in a way. Now, this is kind of a play on words or whatnot, but we're not all trainers, but we're all teaching our horses. So whether you're an adult amateur or a kid or whatever, how we present things differently to our horses results in our horses giving us something different. So I love it. I love teaching people who want to try, who want to figure it out, The most important thing to me at the clinics is that somebody tries for me and tries to listen to how I'm trying to help them. But it's like learning to ride is a very individualistic process. It takes a long time. But it's also, there's not one way, there's not one correct answer. Everybody wants something a little bit different with their horses, and I think that's totally fine. So yeah, I like teaching the adult amateurs. Actually, one of my most favorite lessons to give, and I say this, is the lesson of teaching somebody who can't get a horse on the bit to getting them on the bit. It's like such a basic lesson, but I think sometimes we think about it wrong. We think about it in terms of like pulling the head down. Like we think about it, the horse is up here above the vertical against us. We're trying to wrestle him down, instead of letting go. Sometimes we have to let go first, let go of our ego, work on getting the horse to get to a place of self-carriage, and then that our hands mean something, that we teach them meaning from the rein, that if I pick up the rein, it means something, and then they get round, they give to us. And from there we can work them in the bit. So honestly, that's some of my favorite. Hey, don't eat my hedge, you little shit. He's trying to eat my hedge. I worked so hard to hedge away. The only plants on the property, I shouldn't say that. I like the trees and all of the plants, but this hedge is so important to me. I'm like, come on, hedge. I'm like fertilizing it over here by H and S. This far side was like, it didn't get water for a little bit because one of the hoses for the watering system was bad. And then, so it suffered for a little bit and was dry. You can see that one's kind of half dying. But now it's getting water again. For a while I was out there watering it myself. Guapo. All right, let's keep going through here. Oh, we had the whole hearing fiasco. You guys can hear me good now. Just did in-hand work also today. Emma Builders. Immune? I don't know. What happened to the Piaf challenge? I know, sometimes I have ideas and then I get distracted and I get doing other things. I have been working on it, actually. Soulmate's doing amazing Piaf. Some of the other horses are, some of the horses are not, or I've been too busy, but yeah, I've been working on it, so I should do another video on that. Can you do a series of videos of starting the Piaf with a horse that has never done Piaf? I've already done that. It's called 4 Weeks to Piaf. Go back and check it out. If you go on my YouTube channel, you can find it on the playlists. And if you go on the playlists, they're like neatly organized there from beginning to end. It's called 4 Weeks to Piaf. That's the most comprehensive, broke down version of that. But yeah, I'll continue to do some more Piaf videos and break down the philosophy. Actually, in the clinics, as I've gone, I develop a better philosophy of how to teach the horses and how to articulate to you guys what's important. And I think that when we put our horses in hand, we have to teach our horses acceptance to the aids and understanding of the aids more than we teach them the Piaf. Like if we're Piaf focused, what ends up happening is we teach them defiance to the aids. We teach them to get, we pick the whip up, we close the boundaries, we touch them with the whip, and then they like run through the front of us. And then we just teach them to be bad, basically. Which is not what we want. We want to work on getting them respecting the aids and the boundaries better, and then in the end we result in the Piaf. So you have to be aware of that. Let's see, what are your guys's let's see. We're trying to help you guys ask questions. Do you have any specific horse problems? Lazy horses, hot horses, changes, piaf, pass, bending, um, horses that are heavy. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. The Kentucky horse bark is pretty close to East Tennessee. Just a thought. Ooh, I would love to go to the Kentucky horse. I do want to try to do some more like symposium type things. I know in my clinic in Victoria next, I have like a evening with Joseph or something where I'm like talking or giving more lecture. I'm looking forward to that because then I can organize my thoughts and get kind of dive into that. Let's see. Contact lessons on the bit would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think there's things to be revealed or things to comprehend in the basic components of dressage. If we get better at understanding how to get the horse on the bit, the more advanced stuff gets easier too. So I'm always fascinated with that stuff. Let's see. Any tips for separation anxiety? Two horses kept home. That's a tough one. Two horses kept at home. If you take one away, the other one gets super anxious. That is a very tough one. I think, like I've said in a lot of my training stuff, you have to empathize with them. They're herd animals. They like to be together for safety reasons. They also get very bonded to one another. So like that's not really a problem I have here in my barn. All sandwiched close together. That's why we built the barn that way. Instead of having an aisleway down the middle that pushes the horses away from each other, we took the aisleway away and put the aisleway on the outside and then bunched them together. That's Benji, this was? That's, yeah. Sorry, I was telling Sergio what horse to do next. But so, yeah, the horses are all squished together so that they feel more comfortable. If you only have two horses, that's a really tough thing. And if you take one away and you're not there, the other horse is probably going to have a hard time. Now, if you're riding one horse, that's a little different because you have input into that horse. I've said the other day, and I'll say it again, that when we ride the horse, ask our horses to forfeit their self-preservation so that they're not alone, they're with us. We become their herd, we become their support structure. Because of that, then we can ask them to be better with us. So if they're anxious or they're herd bound, a few things. You can ride them back to where they are, and then ride them past. So, like, even if I'm out on the trail, I may go out for a little trail ride, and then come back to the barn, and then go past the barn the other way. Past in the other direction. So that they go out, they come back. They go out, they come back. They go out, they come back. Don't try to prevent them from coming back. Just let them come back and take them away the other way. Instead of just going out and back, which can cause problems, you're just riding out and back. And then try to get your horse more with you, more attentive, more soft, more supple, more giving. That's going to get them, I guess, more receptive to you, more engaged with you. Let's see. I have a business making a healthy horse treat and would love to send you some. Can you make an address available? Symposium would be great. I need all the help I can get. You can send me some. The address to the barn is 6930 Via del Charo, Rancho Santa Fe, 92067. you can send her to the barn. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Oh no, I paused. I'm sure Guapo would like some treats. Hopefully that doesn't mess with audio when it pauses like that. Um, let's see. I would like to be able to trail ride safely. Carol. Yeah, trail riding safely. I mean, that goes horsemanship. So trail riding safely starts in the arena, in my opinion. How with you as your horse? Can you bend them? Can you yield them? Can you get them on the bed? Look at Guapo. He's trying to eat my hedge again. Hey, don't eat my hedge. What do you think this is? Growing food for you? Let's see. Horses on the forehand, fast at canter. I've been doing a ton of lateral. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Um, yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Some horses are more talented, some horses are less talented. You can improve them for sure with the training. So lateral is good, transitions are good. Horses on the forehand. If you want to train Grand Prix horses, I love this quote from Carl Hester, I think. If you want to train Grand Prix horses, get them on the hind leg. So true. If you get them on the hind leg, um, you know, then you can train Grand Prix horses. Even Guapo, like it's something as you transition from young horse stuff, working gaits to collected gaits. It's something that sometimes they're more used to running around on their forehand, and then over time we shift them back on the hind. So it's a process, it's a training. It's I would not just lateral work, right? It's, are you in self carriage? Is the horse the slightest bit against the man? So are they heavy? Can you bend the horse? Such an important thing, because with bending and with diagonal aids, you can teach them better acceptance and understanding of the aids. So you can bend them and yield them and control where they put the hind leg. Then you can start to get them off the forehand. And then you start teaching them the different things. Part of what makes riding young horses like Guapo difficult is that they don't know anything. So go into educational mode. Slow things down, teach them how to put the haunches, teach them how to yield the haunches under and away from the inside leg, teach the walk pirouettes. And then from that place, you can use it to be able to do walk canter transitions, canter walk. As soon as you can start doing walk canter, canter walk, walk canter, canter walk, you can start getting more on the hind leg. Work on the connection and the quality and the understanding of the connection. And if you get connection really good, then you can start getting them on the hind leg. Ride the transitions, get them light off the leg so you have impulsion in front of the leg. So you're working on all these basic things instead of just saying, I'm going to pull on you and kick on you until I get you on the hind leg. Work on the individual isolated responses to aids and build towards a horse that's more on the hind leg. Let's see. Chance you'll be doing a clinic or teach a weekend in Denmark at some point. Julie, I would love to go to Denmark. If you organize a clinic for me, I will come. No, so I've done Canada, I've done living in Mexico, I've done, Colorado, California, Seattle, Texas. The problem with the clinics abroad is that I have travel days. It's harder for me to get away for a long period of time. But if somebody is willing to pay for the travel days and wants to organize it and get a big enough group together to support that, it's totally possible. So, I had a friend that used to go to Australia to clinic. That's it, half around the world or all the way around the world on the opposite side of the world. So, and the education is incredibly valuable. You can take these things and use them for a long time. So, and there's no substitute for me actually seeing horses. Everybody can ask questions about their horses. But until I get my hands on the horse, it's really difficult to give you advice on how to do it, what approach with it. I always say the best answer to the questions I get is it depends. Depends on each individual horse. So, for those things, it's important that I'm able to see the horses. Yeah, I'd love to travel the world, come to Denmark. I think Morton Thompson is in Denmark. He's also in Florida a little bit too. But Morton is a great in-hand person that I've been around a lot that is wonderful. He has a good approach and he's fascinated with teaching horses anything. So that might be someone to look up or see if he has anything. Any other questions, guys? Any questions about the barn? Any questions about building this facility? Any questions about EDI? Any questions about Guapo or the horses that we have here? Any questions? Let's see. I'm trying to think what might be interesting. The mirrors. So mirrors. What you want for mirrors is that you can see the horse's feet from any point in the arena. So if with these mirrors, it's a certain height off ground and a certain it's just parallel. So if you look at these mirrors, I'll zoom in here. See, I can see the feet from my eye level. I can see the feet here. I can still see the feet. I can still see the feet. That's the important piece, okay? I gotta zoom out here. Hey, don't eat my hedge. Even as I'm right here, the head's but I still see the feet. So that way, if I'm working on the half steps or something, I can still see the feet. So when you build your mirrors, guys, for the training, you want to try to make sure that's the case. Now, that just means I think it's 2.5, 3 feet off the ground, and a certain distance away from the beginning of the arena. The other thing is, don't put your mirrors too close to the arena, otherwise they'll get kicked. So they're pretty far off and they're pretty high up. But I don't think a horse could kick them, or I hope not. I guess it's always possible. They are not angled. Mirrors are just vertical. And that's the important thing. If you get them the right height and you get them the right distance away from the arena, which is like, I would guess like 3 feet off ground and 3 feet away from the base of the arena, then I can see Guapo's feet. And I can see them when I'm far and I can see them when I'm close. It's better than angling the mirrors. But if you already your starter, you may have to angle the mirrors. So I can still see the feet here. Somebody asked another question. What are your feelings towards side reins on the lunging to encourage the horse to lengthen over the back and relax? Is there a better way? It's a very good question. Now, I've gone through a process of hating side reins, thinking they're the worst thing in the world. And I've also used them and thought there's a place for them. So as I've moved into dressage, I've gotten more open and less closed. So more open to different things and more open to ways to support horses. It depends. It depends on what you do. It depends on how you use them. It depends on how you manage the length. It depends on how you prepare them for the side rein. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff. I have a lot more dynamic approach if I pick up my reins and work the horses from the ground. I can adjust the rein length. That's a lot more dynamic for me than putting a side rein on. That said, I will use a side rein sometimes. It just depends. I think sometimes a side rein provides a clear boundary, And sometimes when we reach for more is often stigmatized as worse. But sometimes it's better. Sometimes we can be better horsemen with a little bit more. So think about a bit that's sharper, or thinner, or more aggressive. Um, Sometimes those words, we're so sensitive to those words that we go, oh, this is worse horsemanship. But if we have a heavy horse and we put a thinner bit, a little bit more aggressive bit instead of a super soft bit, what that enables is better clarity. So we can be less strong in our response. We can be better with timing, and we can present things in a way that horses find them easier. Same with a side rein. Sometimes the side rein provides us with clarity to the horse. It's like it's not option to throw it up in the air. And that becomes clear for the horses. So clarity is important, but it's definitely very important how we present things and how we do things. And we have to be careful with side reins because they can be firm and hard and with little give, that we present things in the right way with the right forward impulsion, so that we don't go the wrong way with horses. Hopefully that answers the question. What footing would you recommend? It's not terribly expensive. Do you have what do you have in your outdoor arena? So this is Premier question. It is a mixture of sand and textile. This is also, they have the mats underneath here, the auto sport mats. And then it's an ebb and flow. So underneath the auto sport mats, there's sand and water that's pumped in from the bottom and pumped out from the if it starts raining. So, but this is quite expensive. It's also, in my opinion, worth every penny. So, but yeah, it's expensive. In terms of footings, there are like less bound footings. This is a more modern footing that's bound up, where there are some looser sand footings. The most important part is that you have the right depth to it, that it's not too hard and it's not too soft. Some of the older footings I think aren't terrible. It just depends on what they are and what the surface is like. But I love this footing. It's great. Tony limb footing did this, and it's great. He was just here the other day. We dragged it deep and worked on it. So work your footing, good drag, make sure it's evenly dispersed, make sure it's level. It's hard to answer. It depends also a little bit where you are, how much rain you're gonna get, what that changes what you're looking for in terms of the footing. When would you use a double bridle? I love using the double. For me, it's a better tool than draw reins or anything like that. I think it can help a lot of horses. The thing with the double is you have to get really good at managing the rein length. When you pick up the reins, let me try to show you. So if you have the double here, you can push your 2 fingers forward and lengthen the curb that runs through there. The most important thing is managing the rein length so that you can hold the snaffle and lengthen the curb. Yeah, don't forget to leave a like, guys. We need more likes on this video. Yeah, I think that's the important thing. But the double is a wonderful tool. How is the Frisian doing? The Frisian is doing good. I have another one here now with the same owner. So they're just here for a short time. I should work this week on that video, the Frisian video. But maybe Guapo's going to feel bad. Maybe I should do a video about Guapo. All right, guys, I should ride this horse. He's probably like, why are we walking so much? Nice and warm now, ready to go. All right, thanks for your questions. We'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.